Okay, my name is Chris Jensen, and my PlayStation has fried with the yellow light of death 3 times. I've used the video tutorial that you can find on YouTube that instructs you how to fix such a problem. Usually involves taking apart the entire PlayStation and then heating up the motherboard to a pretty high degree, enough to melt the solder that connects the either the graphics processor or the main processor to the motherboard. Some microscopic solder breaks usually and causes the yellow light of death, and the whole thing pretty much a fancy looking $600 brick. Sony charges currently, at least as of last month I think, $150 to exchange the old fat system for a new slim, or $180 to get an old fat model. And I have the original release 60GB backwards compatible model, and I liked it and I wanted to keep it, and I'm not gonna pay Sony for a replacement. I actually had an older one, broke the first time about 6 months ago, and I actually went through, it was out of warranty of course, and I paid the money to get it replaced. And then this one died about 4 months after, and the thing about the return policy is only good for 90 days, and Sony refused to allow a fully warranted system replacement, which supposedly is common business practice. Anyway, after taking it apart 3 times and fixing the yellow light issue, I realized that the heatsink on the processor was flawed, had a gouge in it, and that was causing the main processor to, actually the graphics processor I think, to heat unevenly. And I mean, it didn't matter how long I played. The last time I'd barely turned it on, it lasted about 5 minutes before it was gone, after I just put in Final Fantasy 13 that I bought, and I haven't even gotten to play it yet. So I decided I was sick of dealing with that flawed heatsink, and I bought my own. As you can see back there a little bit, maybe the fins. Yep, I bought one of those. I cut off the old one, took the fan out, bought myself a 5-gallon tank of fish tank, mounted the fan there on the bottom, and then I've got some supports to hold the motherboard up. And as you can see, this is quite the Frankenstein job. I am no engineer. I'm not even an electronics hobbyist. I do software modification more than anything. So this is completely a hacked together job. I understand that. I super glued things into place. I mean, I pretty much don't care at this point. There's nothing worth saving. If this is broken, I'm probably just going to put some bullet holes in it and make a nice trophy. So, I'm going to fill it up with oil, mineral oil. Doesn't conduct electricity. And I'm hoping it's going to turn back on. I tested it a couple minutes ago, it turned on. We will see what will happen. Here goes nothing. I'm hoping the PlayStation displaces enough oil that I can get it filled up and not have to run out and buy another gallon, since I already bought out 2 stores of all of their mineral oil. had to pretend I had a horse with constipation to get this much. Yeah, I'll probably have to buy another one. Ran into just about every possible problem we could on the way. Can't submerge the hard drive or the Blu-ray player or it won't work. And then I couldn't get it to fit in the case with the Wi-Fi antenna, so it's tucked up in there. And the power button and eject button wouldn't fit if it were hanging down, so I had to super glue that on. And not even going to be able to use the memory card slots. The USB ports are facing down, so I have everything already plugged in that I'll ever need. It's going to be the most immobile system in the world, but hopefully it'll work long enough that I can play through a game. Oh jeez, I spilled oil. Looks like I need about a half gallon more. But the processor is completely submerged, so I will just try and turn it on real quick and see what happens. We have a red LED. Yet another problem I ran into is the power switch is electronically controlled down there, and this cord goes to the Blu-ray drive, and that one that I had to splice together with some electrical tape, I don't have a whole lot of mobility there. So, and I wanted to put some holes in this piece of Lexan so I could just mount some metal rod, and I'll eventually try and figure that out, but for right now I have to pretty much take this rod and stick it in there until I hit the button and it turns on. Oh, turned on. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. Well, hope you enjoyed. You can send me money.